The following program contains scenes of violence, mature subject matter, and substandard acting. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm Mike Arsenault, and welcome to Urban Self-Defense, the only show that discusses how you can take an active role in your own personal safety. We'll follow Jason Carter through typical everyday situations to see how you can effectively deal with violence, aggression, and harassment. In this episode, Jason's running an open house. Let's go inside and see what he's got to eat.
Honey, you know why I don't have a job, okay?
Well, why didn't you take that job? My dad's plastics.
Because I'm allergic to plastic, okay?
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Hey, we can read it together, alright? Honey, you know we can read this together.
If you could read.
God, I told you to stop bringing that up all the time!
Hey Jason, how's the open house going? Well, I guess. Where's the spread? Crackers? Are you kidding me? No, Jason, that's Bush League. You're never going to sell a house with crackers.
I'm never going to sell this house with you living out back. Oh, somebody at the door.
I'm telling you, this music thing's gonna work out, okay?
I doubt it. I've heard you playing.
Welcome to Urban Superior Dwellings. My name's Jason. I'm your sales associate. Please come on in. Take a look around.
Thanks.
Beautiful home. Feel free to browse, and if you have any questions, please ask.
I thought you said you liked my music. You love that song I wrote for you.
I lied.
Do you have a little boy's room anywhere?
Yes, I do, sir. It's right this way.
Thank you.
Right through there.
It looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Crackers? Really?
Good time. Oh, not again, Mike.
Oh, that's hot.
Thanks. Like to stay fit. So I couldn't help but overhearing you had little problems with your boyfriend.
Yeah, I don't know how long that's going to last.
Really? Well, I got my own place out back. 2 stories, no big deal. You want to check it out?
Okay.
It's all wood too.
Hey, have you seen my girlfriend anywhere?
Yeah, she went up front to look at the flower beds.
Oh, okay.
You can go join her. They're beautiful looking flower beds. Take a moment.
Yeah, definitely. I was worried about that pretty boy in here.
Hey, what you got there?
That's an open house information. Could you look at it?
Not really looking for a house, but always looking for a good opportunity.
Oh, welcome to Urban Superior Dwellings. Come on in. It's a beautifully updated home. Come on in. This is dining. Over here is our bathrooms and a good bedroom.
Hey, I want your money. Hey, I want your money.
Come on.
What a weirdo.
Baby, where were you? I was looking for you everywhere.
I think we should break up.
Are you serious? You can't be serious right now.
I'm serious. Move out.
Oh my God! You know what? I'll be better off without you. I'm gonna be a big star. You'll see.
Yeah, I'm at 1234 Prairie View. Yeah, can you come right away? Excellent. I'm out back. Mike, you got?
What?
Wow.
What's wrong?
I was just attacked in the house.
By who?
Some guy came off the street. I thought he wanted to look at the house.
What, he was here for the open house and he attacked
Well, that's
you?
what I thought he was.
Was there no one else in there?
No,
Just you?
just myself. wasn't a very good situation. I was showing him the house, and I was turning this corner. Next thing I know, he basically crammed me into a corner, face first.
Face first. So you were what? He was behind you, and he just drove you into the corner. So how'd you get out?
Well, I turned to get some freedom. I was just to make some space, and next thing you know, he had me in a headlock. Was he like pressed up against you in the corner? You did have some space to turn. Did you have to? Yeah, he shoved me in, so I turned right away just to see the face this gentleman, and next thing I know, he had me in a headlock. Well, headlock. How do you get out of that? I mean, your neck's in an awkward position. You kind of have nowhere to go. Like, was he bigger than you? Or? Oh, he's a monster of a fella. So how'd you get away? So he has you in a headlock. So you're down like this. What can you do? Well, first thing, obviously, I was concerned. I'm the only guy in that house. I have to get out. So I struck him to the groin using my forearm and hooked around the back of his leg. And being a big man, they're usually not that quick on the ground. So that was where I was taking him to the ground. So I hooked his leg and more or less just rolled myself back, bring him off balance, and bringing him to the ground. So now you guys are both on the ground. So, I mean, obviously that must be a mad scramble. It's going to be a scary position for you. So what did you do next? Was the headlock broken at that point? No, he still had a good hold on. So you're both on the ground. He has you in a headlock. So I moved myself to the side to get into a very good control position because I'm off to his side. I was much safer. I was kind of behind him. Instead of on your back. Exactly. So I was on my knees beside him. Then I was able to take my forearm, put it across his jawline, which is a lot of nasty nerves, jawline side of his neck, and just started to grind using the small bones of my arm. Keep grinding and grinding until that hold on my neck. So you're driving the small bones of your wrist and forearm into what? Just below his neck, below his jawline. Across the jawline. And so a lot of nerves in there, really painful. And that's going to hopefully force him to let go of the headlock. Yeah, it gives him something else to think about, the pain, instead of holding on to me. And then I got out of there quick as I could. So was he gone? Like, did he take off after you hurt him? I have no idea. I got out and I was calling the police on my way here. I just want to get out of the house, and I'm not going back into. The police are here so we can make sure the house is clear. That's a good idea, because he still could be laying in wait. Most likely, I mean, you showed him kind of who's boss. He's probably has left. He's not going to be sticking around, but again, it's safe to just stay out here. Oh, definitely. Okay. I'll wait here till the police come, and then I'll let them do the first walkthrough. Well, I hope they come pretty soon, because I have to tell you, it's feeding time, and the guns are getting a little hungry. You might have to wait a few minutes. Did you know Canada has 30% more break-ins and motor vehicle thefts per capita than the US? Safety starts at home. Keep all shrubs trimmed below your window height and install exterior steel doors. This will help keep you safe.
Saw a house not too long ago. You got your big fight. You swear it wasn't my fault. You said that I can't do this music thing. Well, look at me now. I'm under this big bridge. I'll get really big, and then I'll look down on you from my big mansion. Yeah. Let's do this. Comes a nice man. He's wearing a red and black jacket. I hope he's got some money to spare. Has he got money? Oh yeah, he does. You're a good man. Yeah. Keep walking now. I don't need any more from you. All right. Here comes another nice man. You know what? Hold up. You know what? I don't need this. All right. You know what, man, Dime? I think you need it more than I do. Just go on. All right. You know what? I hate that guy. I'll clap your head a couple more times. Yeah. That $30 brush, yeah. I bet you paid a lot with it with your mom's money, yeah. Hey, gentlemen, what's up?
Crosby, Stills, Nash.
Yeah, you know, just chilling.
Hey, play something cool.
All right. I check this. Ready? They're really tall in front of me. It's kind of intimidating, yeah.
Play something good, man. Seriously, you want his money?
Turn up the good, turn down the suck.
Yeah. Seriously.
Shut up, guys,
man.
man.
Why don't you just give us your money?
Hey, man, come on.
A couple quarters?
I work hard for that quarters, you know?
Yeah, it's my quarters now. I think it's Derek, too.
Hey, man, that's my guitar. What are you doing?
Looks like he needs some help. Could go over there. Crack with my hair really hurt my feelings. Is that Jason? Who's that with? Is that Chris? Chris Clements. Wow.
Hey, I bet these guys got more money.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take that little guy.
Yeah.
Nice day for a walk, isn't it, boys?
Yeah, more like a nice day for robbery.
Hey,
give me your money. Oh, what a menace. Yeah, more like a nice day for robbery.
Jason, that was crazy. Chris, I'm a big fan of yours. Nice to meet you. So what were you thinking when that big guy came at you?
First thing I had to do was put my hands up just to protect myself. And then once he attacked me, then I had to react from there.
Well, I'm sure you're not used to facing opponents that size. So, I mean, so hands up because you want to try and not poke the bear, basically, right? So then, but he came out, you grabbed the wrist. So then what are you thinking once he grabs your wrist?
I knew once he grabbed my wrist that he was giving away one of his weapons. He only has two. He grabbed my hand, he couldn't do anything else with that arm, so I don't have to worry about the second arm.
So I think the goal there, so he grabs your wrist, so your focus is over here, but then he came with the strike with the other hand. So how do you make yourself cognizant and aware that he has, again, two hands, and you don't just focus on him grabbing your wrist?
Well, first thing I was doing was protecting my head, and I had my hands up. I knew when he grabbed here, he isolated that arm away from me, so I protected myself from that one. When we threw the punch, I was already ready for it because he already had that arm tied up on this hand, so I just had to block and protect.
And I saw your hands were pretty close to your body. Like, I couldn't see that well kind of through, but your hands were close. Now, why wouldn't you kind of have your hands out to create more distance between you and your opponent?
I'm just protecting myself. I want us, the closer I am together, the less space there is. It's like a goalie in a crease, right? You don't want to give yourself too much space around you, so by keeping my hands in tight, it takes away more spots for him to hit.
So he has your wrist, goes for the punch. How did you block the punch?
I just protected my head, lifted my hand up, caught him on the way in. Most of his power is going to be at the end of his punch, so I wanted to cut him off before he had a chance to get into too distance.
So basically, the one hand's here, he goes for the punch, so he's open canvas, so then you just kind of went to town. I think you gave about 14 punches before he hit the ground there. But so what were you thinking there? Where are you trying to strike him?
I was trying to strike him at his joints. I wanted to weaken him up, then just get back. I wasn't trying to go into a big confrontation with a guy that size. I just wanted to hit him quick and then escape.
And yeah, you don't want to get into a big involved confrontation, and you don't really want to do serious damage to the guy, right? He's just kind of messing around with you. You just want to kind of couple shots and get him out of there. So by striking the joints, so you what, kind of the top of the shoulders? Is that where?
Yeah,
you're
I went for both shoulder joints here, and then I kicked him in the leg with both knees. A big guy that tall is going to have weak legs. So
what is that going to feel like then when you're hit in the shoulders? Like, is it kind of go numb a little bit?
It's going to go numb. It's going to weaken him up, and he's going to feel numb and let his arms kind of drop a little bit. He's not going to be able to punch me right away after that. So.
And then you went to the knees because I assume you're kind of chopping down the tree, right? He's going to be strong on his feet. You want to chop him down, weaken him, so you can hopefully get him to the ground, and then you can gain the advantage.
Hopefully he drops from the knees. If not, it gives me space to step back and I can react from there and go on.
And then once you had those 4 shots in about 5 seconds, he wasn't messing with you again.
Yes.
But then Jason, I saw the other guy. I guess you were kind of focused on Chris and the opponent, and then he kind of came at you with was it a kick?
Yeah, he actually come running in and threw basically a kick to my ribs. Because obviously the distance he come running in, the first thing, I wasn't going to stand there and take it.
Did the kick make contact? Did you block it beforehand, or what happened?
Well, with the kick, I want to move away, circle away from his power, right? Because if his power's in the center, either stop the strike before or after the power stroke. So I circled towards him to the inside, so by the time I was able to catch it, he was losing his power from that kick.
So did you use the momentum from the kick to kind of spin him around? Is that kind of what happened?
Basically, I move and let the kick come to me. As I move, I'm more or less hitting him in the body, which causes his body to cartwheel and spin even harder, which again loses all his power and his momentum.
So you have the leg. What happens next then? How did you get him to the ground?
Well,
so he's kind of dancing around on one foot, so you obviously have the advantage. So how did you take him to the floor?
Well, first to help loosen him up, I threw a knee strike into the groin just to make sure he wasn't going to start trying to grab a hold of me with his hands. And from there, I more or less stepped behind his base leg, swept it out, and brought him to the ground.
And that groin strike, obviously, that's going to cause a lot of pain, so he's not going to be able to come back from that. You brought him, so you kind of swept the leg from the Karate Kid, basically, right? You sweep the leg, get him down on his back, and then you did some stomping. Where was that taking place? What was your goal there?
Well, once he was down, I didn't want him to jump right back up at me, right? The biggest thing is exactly, I want to stop this and remove myself from it. So a quick couple well-placed stomps, basically to the inner thigh. There's a lot of nerves in there. Deadens that leg quick, couple quick stomps, and I was moving back to make some space.
And that's all you guys needed, and then they kind of ran with the tails between their legs out of here. But I mean, really impressive, like great job. Chris, I don't know what you're doing after this. You maybe want to grab a beer. Can I get your cell phone number or something we can hang out at some time?
Can I go through my agent? I'll give him my agent's number, and maybe we can set something up and just go through my agent.
But like Facebook, maybe like I'll poke you or something? That might...
Yeah, you can do that. I'll get back to you someday.
Oh, okay.
Better luck next time, Man Dime, oh yeah. Man Dime gets shut down again, alright, yeah.
Did you know London outranks Toronto on the list of Canada's most dangerous cities? Traveling in a group decreases your chance of being a victim of violent crime and will help keep you safe.
This is a pretty nice condo complex out here, Jason.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just moved in a few months ago, actually.
Looking forward to seeing it.
Nice little place.
Oh, I forgot my cell phone in the car. You go up, I'll meet you up there. Right?
I'll meet you right up. Hey, could you hold that for me? Yeah.
Jason, what happened?
Pulled a knife on me, man. Wow.
Well, I saw when he was walking past me, he was holding something. I thought something weird was going on, so I ran up the stairs, but he pulled a knife?
Yeah, he pulled a knife on me. He yelled to hold the door, so I was holding the door for him, and as soon as I turned around, click.
So you heard him bring out the knife when your back was to him when you were at the panel?
Yeah.
And then what happened? So you heard the click, what'd you do?
I turned around, as soon as I saw who it was, took my free hand, swiped the panel, all the buttons on the panel.
Why would you do that?
Well, that way, the door's closed, it's going to open up at the next floor, and then the next floor, and the next floor. I did not want to be trapped in there with a guy with a knife.
So did he come at you? Did he try and stab you? What happened?
Originally, yeah. As soon as he saw me, he came in, and I just started throwing lead leg front kick. I just kept kicking him over and over and over again.
Aren't you worried when he's coming at you with a knife that he could cut your leg or something?
That's a chance I would be willing to take rather than cutting my body. My leg is a lot longer than his arm, and that's a good way to keep someone back at a distance from you in a very confined space.
When you have jeans on, you have boots on too, so it's going to be tougher to cut, to slice, more so than a hand or an arm.
Exactly. A cut to your torso area or your throat or a major artery, you're going to bleed out quick. If I can keep someone back in that corner, that basically was what I was trying to do was keep driving him into a corner, backing him until I was able to hit him so many times he started sliding down the wall, and then I was able to have a chance to go after the knife.
So then he just again kept. How many times did he kick him?
A guess, probably a dozen or more. I just kept kicking him until I had him in a position where I could safely go after the knife.
And then he's obviously not going to fight back in his state that he was in when you left him, so he's neutralized, and you got yourself out of the elevator. Press the button, and then he's going up and down.
He's going somewhere.
So we should probably call the authorities, get him out of here.
Oh, definitely. At least he doesn't have the knife, so he's not going to attack somebody else right away.
All right, well, let's get to your condo. We'll make that call, and maybe we probably need a drink then, too.
So, yeah, we should also tell building security, too, over there.
All right. Jason, another crazy day. I mean, I don't even know where to begin, but it started this morning when you were showing that house. I think you made a few mistakes that probably you shouldn't have made, so hopefully you've learned. So what do you think you need to do differently for a future open house?
I think that some of the most important things when you're having an open house, if possible, don't do it by yourself for obvious reasons there that happened today. And if you are going to be by chance there yourself, a couple things to remember is never enter the room with your client behind you. And that was a prime example of what happened to me today. I got pushed in the corner because of that.
Because you had your back to him, so you couldn't do anything, so then you weren't aware of your surroundings.
Exactly.
So you should guide anyone who's in to look at the house, guide them into the room first.
And that also is very polite as well, right? Showing a little bit of politeness. You guide them in the room, then you are behind them.
So if you have to do an open house by yourself, how can you give the illusion that there's someone else with you?
One way you can do that is your sign you put out front, put 2 names on the sign. Even if there's not going to be 2 of you there, put 2 names on the sign, so if anybody's walking by, driving by, they instantly think, oh, there's 2 realtors, 2 sales staff in the house, and the chances of being obviously attacked go way down.
So even when that guy came in the house, he just saw you, but there could be another realtor in the basement, there could be someone upstairs, there could be other people in the house that he might think twice about coming in and trying to do whatever
exactly
he was trying
and
to.
if somebody comes in and says, hey, where is so-and-so, that name off the sign, just look at them and say, they stepped out for a minute, they should be right back. Again, don't keep that illusion running that you're never alone.
So then we moved on to the park and that goofy guy playing his guitar, but you helped them out a little bit. So you were just trying to be a good Samaritan, you and Chris, and kind of all heck broke loose, I guess.
I won't ever want to see people not to be a good Samaritan, because that is what society is about, helping each other. But unfortunately, sometimes when you do try to help, the tables can be turned on to you. And we were lucky. Me and Chris, we're both very skilled at what we do. So we were able to stop that situation and get ourselves out of it and finish it up pretty quick. So again, if you're out and about and you do see a situation happening, if you're not the person who wants to jump right involved, pull your phone out, call for help. Call 911, get assistance. Don't look, turn the blind eye, and walk away. Because tell you the truth, you wouldn't want that to happen to you.
So we want to help our fellow man and women, basically.
Exactly.
So now we come into your condo, we think it's over, but then you get attacked with a knife in the elevator. So that's confined space. The danger's ratcheted up pretty high. So what are some tips for elevator safety?
A couple things to always think about on elevator safety. If someone wants to be let in, right, look at them and check them out who they are. Stay yourself close to that control pad. Even if the elevator is full of people, I want you to mosey yourself towards that control pad, because if you ever in danger, there's usually an emergency button on there. You can hit the floor buttons, emergency call, a lot of things right there. Like I said, you want to stay closer to that control pad, because if I was at the very back of the elevator, I would have been 100% trapped in that elevator.
So maybe back to the side, so no one can get behind you.
So you're more or less between the control panel and the door is your ideal location, because that way you have control. You have all kinds of controls to worry about. You can stop the elevator, hit your alarm, and be the first person out of that elevator.
Thanks, Jason. I've learned a lot. Did Chris say anything about me? Like, does he want to maybe hang out sometime?
I'm not sure, Mike.
Hey, Jason.
Morning.
What is he doing that?
Nothing is even happening. Crackers, really?
Go to
I don't know, lines is fine.
Yeah, seriously, you know what I mean? On your call.
Oh, man, I didn't know if there was lines. My bad.
Ooh, man down, get shut down. Keep walking. All right. Time for my time to shine.